Okay, hi. Now, when I first started making furniture in the 1970s, I used a lot of reclaimed timber. It was partly because I had no money and I had limited tools, limited resources, but also it just seemed a good thing to do, to use old church pews that I could buy cheaply, and in particular pitch pine, which I turned into quite innovative pieces of furniture. Now, of course, today it's very fashionable to use reclaimed timber, as we are becoming increasingly aware of, environmental issues. Now, I'm just going to show you in this short video some of the pieces that I've made in the past using reclaimed timbers. This one is a kitchen dining seating area for a small flat in Pimlico in London, and I was given the church pews, and my brief was to create maximum seating in a very small area. You could actually get 5 people around the table. Now, pitch pine is one of those timbers that's a softwood, but it's also very hard, and it's also very greasy, so when you machine plane it, the rollers tend to clog up. So I used to use methylated spirit to free them up. But this particular piece, a corner drinks cabinet, is made from pitch pine, from a beam from an old Bristol granary. And it was a prototype for the pyramid drinks cabinet that I designed and made in 1980 from a solid piece of ash. So in both cases I created my own veneers, and this in itself is a satisfying thing, to make a piece of wood last longer, if you like, or rather go further by creating your own veneers. And using thick veneers, you can make these veneers seem as though the wood is solid, because you can radius the edges and show some of the end grain. Now, what else did I do? Yeah, I was asked to design a piece of furniture from the historic stage floor timbers of the Theatre Royal Bath. Well, the timbers were knotty pine and in pretty bad state, with numerous stage prop nail holes and stage blood stains all over the place. So I designed a desk that replicated the plank effect, and the overall design is oblique. So this is reflected in the mini planks. I also used nails that I sanded down to recreate the effect of the floor. So when using timber, one tries to think of the tree and the source and the history. Here's a table I created for the Bath Coffee Festival in, I think, 2010, and I used a piece of rescued sycamore from the Arboretum near Cirencester. And this horseshoe table was also rescued from a rotting log section of spalted beech. Now, I use 400-year-old black walnut from CM Park in London for the slats. My own mini museum of timbers is a collection over the past half century, even including Dutch elm that was burned in the 1970s. It's a precious resource, and who knows, ashes being threatened with a disease, and much of my furniture has been made of ash. I'm fortunate that I own a small patch of riverland, and on it are a couple of mature oak trees, but that, they are in danger of being claimed by the river. I mean, nature is pretty brutal. So, this relationship between ourselves as craftsmen, designer craftsmen, and trees is an important balance. And I've always thought that any piece of furniture that I create should last at least as long as the tree took to grow. Thanks for watching.